Hi there. Hello. My name is Farah. Welcome to, well, honey, I don't know where you could be watching this on YouTube, Facebook. I mean, you could be on Twitch, you could be on StreamYard. There is a bunch of ways in which you can be watching me right now, Farah, as I bring you a little new video I would love to do live called Following with Farah, which are the things that I have been following throughout the week. Um, and this is across the board in the pop culture landscape, as well as just basic interests of mine. But I wanted to just have a place to put the things that I love for the week in, I mean, one succinct video, as well as, well, we'll see what I can do with it. So I am so happy to see you guys in the room. Hi, Domestic Gordita. Hi, Frida. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. Following with me, Farah. Happy to see you guys. Thank you so much. Hi, Ramsterdam. Yes. Hello. Hi, Amy. So I'm so happy to see my loves. Okay, you guys are feeling these new glasses. So am I. Thank you so much. Please like this video. Yeah, your girl's trying some new things, my love. She's trying, just like to be able to give you a fresh look, a studious look, a round look, kind of like a John Lennon look. Okay, so let's talk, my babes. First of all, I wanted to touch base with just like entertainment first and have you guys been watching Big Brother? I talk about this show a lot on my channel. I get maybe like 5 yeses. So I wanted to tell you Big Brother's happening right now, and it's about week 3 if you haven't dived in. Now, we've been having some issues with Big Brother in the past, my loves, because some of the power players have always just been like the majority of what is the power players in the world. And so we stopped wanting to watch the show as we watched, kind of like physically large Anglo-Saxon peeps just like, outnumber the like 2 Black people or people of color they usually had in the house. But they went ahead and upped the numbers, as well as installed a kind of game style with teams that protected some of the people that I think that would have gotten we would have unfortunately seen we would have gotten rid of. So having said that, it's been a really interesting season, and I'm kind of fascinated with how this shakes out, as well as I've already put my stock on some players like Tiffany. So I just wanted to say Big Brother is a good one. And if you haven't watched the seasons because of whatever, you could jump into this one. Tiffany's a great player. There's a showmance right now between Christian and Alyssa, who are both very good looking people. Christian wears very interesting glasses as well. Alyssa's gorgeous. And there are some lovely, fun characters. So the Xaviers are really, really interesting. And obviously, Tiffany, I said, is my favorite. I think that it's going to be a fun season in the summer. And if you need some TV watching, Big Brother really gives you Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday night viewing. And you could, of course, buy the feeds, and you could watch it 24/7. There's no other show like it. I'm going to be drinking a green juice, Goddess of Greens. I got this from Mother's Market. It's fresh apple, celery, cucumber, spinach, parsley, and kale juice. Because it's Friday, my loves. It's hot outside. It's the summer. You need to hydrate. You need to prep yourself for the weekend. So just looking to see what you guys are saying. Love to see you guys are here. People will watch the replay too if they are checking in and have to like do stuff in their day. So happy to see you guys. But anyway, people are saying thank you so much for honestly supporting this video right now, the 90-day videos, as well as my loves, the WA videos on her channel too. It really means like so much. And it's like so nice, truly. So I I appreciate any of the super chats. You don't have to do that. You also, Wa taught me how to do that. So I can do that now. You can Venmo me too. But there's no L, which is unlike what my rest of my handles are. Okay, so so anyway, watching that. Also, another show on Netflix people are talking about is My Unorthodox Life, which is the story of a woman who is a fashion business boss and talks about having made an escape from an incredibly traditional, orthodox, fundamentalist Jewish sect of Judaism, religion, and all of what into that and how she left, raised her kids, and also runs Elite Modeling Group, which is Elite Fashion Group, which I think is like a marketing media style agency that also represents models. Oh my God, look at here. Okay, so happy to see you guys here. This is my first time streaming onto Facebook, which makes me really, really excited. This person right here, Edgar Edge, is, oh my God, so hot. One of the most beautiful physical specimens I've ever seen. So, what a beautiful man. I was lucky enough to be someone that I personal trained with him like 15 years ago at like an elite gym in West Hollywood where like Rihanna would like pop in and stuff like that. Like, anyway, I'm so happy to see you, Edgar. You know, I have so much love for you and I love you so much. And, you know, God bless you wherever you are. Thank you for popping in, my babe. But give him love if you are on YouTube or Facebook. I'm streaming right now, of course, on multi-channels, which is my first time doing this. So it's excited to see some like new peeps in the world. Hi, Renee. Okay. Wanted to talk about the business situations also. Oh, no, I want to talk about the news situations. And the news situations for my celebs, of course, is the ongoing Britney trial, conservatorship drama. And I wanted to just check in and tell you guys what was happening. So first of all, you know, I went to go to Christina Aguilera at the Hollywood Bowl about 2 weeks ago. And I will tell you that a part of my heart, a strong part of it, really wanted her to like pull a Miley Cyrus, she's done this, which is in the concerts since we've known what's been happening. Give a little special shout out to our Brit, you know, like a free Britney, or like even talk about it. And I had this fantasy she would do it at the Hollywood Bowl, and that it would be a news story, and that I would just have been like, well, I bear witness to that. Because for someone who grew up in the Britney, Christina generation, who understands the deep intricacies as best someone can of that relationship, which in the deep dive into the psychology of pop stars, female pop stars, and how we treated them in the late 90s and early 20s based upon their race, their age, their vocal prowess, as well as their sex ability, is very interesting. The ways in which Mariah versus J-Lo, Christina versus Britney, Beyonce, you know, like Aaliyah, and I think that in the same way we also like scrutinize like the 90s, the early 90s supermodels, that kind of fierce, just like level playing field of women who are just like coming out, but there were like friendships and there were rivalries between those supermodels. It feels kind of like Jessica Simpson in those pop stars. There were like somewhat of that going on, right? We know that Mariah and Christina didn't get along. Christina and Britney had such a history from like Mickey Mouse Club. You know, those are people who grew up together. They both get famous and they are different. I mean, they are different for being like white women. I mean, I know Christina Aguilera is Latinx of some kind, but I mean, my God, she certainly has white privilege. She looks like a white person. Um, Skinny white women who came onto the scene. Christina, not as not as good of a dancer, but an amazing vocalist. Britney, an amazing dancer, a mediocre vocalist. And the way they marketed themselves and the way that they were like kind of like pitted against each other was really intense for girls that also grew up together on a television show. And the moments in which they shared pop culture space, either both of them introducing Mariah Carey at an award show, or of course, which is even more famous, their Madonna dance where they both kiss Madonna. Britney has the first kiss, and that's the picture we see everywhere. But they never released a song together. Yeah, it was so interesting. And Christina did come out and say like a beautiful statement in support of Britney. But of course, I guess as like a fan, I'm like, what is happening underneath it all? And like, can you please tell me? And can I know? And can I be privy to it all? In the business sector of news, one of the biggest luxury fashion brands is like LV, right? Like Louis Vuitton, which owns a bunch of the luxury brands. And I think that they have made some really interesting moves. And I wanted to talk about that, which is if anyone follows the space, they recently acquired Off-White, which is a very interesting move on part. And in the beginning of the year, they acquired Tiffany's, the jewelers. And for Tiffany's, they started to change the brand and have put up billboards over New York that says, like, this is not your mother's Tiffany's. And it's a picture of a very fierce woman. I should have, my loves, I'll put this up for you. Not your mother's Tiffany's. It's fierce billboards of like a boss woman with a very lax and chill demeanor with, yes, silver looking jewelry that is cuffs and stuff, but they have a much more, it would feels like modern edge than let's just talk about previous Tiffany advertisements. Tiffany advertisements to me, I think like the Venetian chain link bracelet. When I talk about my time coming up with Britney or Christina, the Venetian chain link bracelet was something that happened when I was in college that all the girls had. That wore silver, which, that's not me, my loves, but also as sort of like this statement piece. It usually was something maybe given to them by their dads or their moms, or maybe a boyfriend if they were someone to have a boyfriend at the time who also like really wanted to like show off. Oh, great. I'm going to bring up that now. Lindsay, it's so nice to see you. I want to talk about what you guys think of it. And overall, I'm definitely into it. And I think that it's a fresh image, but it's quite different. Not your mother's Tiffany's. Leave my mother alone. Ha 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 ha. But it's like Zara models or like Joa Brown models, right? Like minimalist jeans and lax cotton t-shirts with hair that is not manicured, my loves. And truly, the attitude feels here as even more important than the jewelry. And I will say that the attitude previously of Tiffany's, of course, is like, sorry, my loves. I won't do this either. The attitude of Tiffany's truly was like Audrey Hepburn, Breakfast at Tiffany's, super classic, big glasses, high necks, black. Like, of course, I said the Venetian chain link that happened later on in life, but you think of Tiffany's tea, the Tiffany's has a beautiful store here in Costa Mesa, and they actually are putting in a cafe that has gorgeous tea service with like all of the cucumber teas and everything like that that you would want, cucumber tea sandwiches and fish and all that stuff. So this feels, of course, very different. And it's very interesting to see what happens in the landscape of luxury fashion as we adopt new attitudes and as the consumers that are buying things start to dictate the future of brands, especially in the sense that they want brands that want to cater to their consumers that are an ever growing, ever evolving market. I'm so thankful for that because I think that it shows us that we vote with our dollars, that the economy is an ever evolving beast, that companies are like organisms, and those whose cultures don't keep up to pace, those whose ways, that aren't, truly rooted in deep seated values that that mean something to a suspected audience, won't last. There's this Darwinism to it. There's a survival of the fittest-ism to it. And here's the thing. I want to bring up Renee's. I'm Gen X and I don't care for it. I think you're talking about the Tiffany's thing. Tiffany has not really has not diverged from their blue box silver fascination for such a long time. Tiffany's diamonds, yes, are beautiful, but the settings aren't as gorgeous as like a Harry Winston's. It seemed to rely so much on Breakfast at Tiffany's and Audrey Hepburn. Yes, although iconic, classic, timeless. And I hope that there's a part of Tiffany's that they can't give up that identity. It's too hard. But they can easily adapt collections to bring in like a youthful consumer. Yeah, you guys are upset about this Tiffany's thing. I think Tiffany is timeless and should not change. Or, I love you, Amsterdam. I'm going to say change, but I know what you mean. I agree, but perfect things like Chanel that stay the same. I know what you're saying. But Chanel, for instance, if you go to chanelbeauty.com right now, you're going to see women of varying skin tones radiated in their ads. Chanel has quality, timeless, classic pieces. And you can say that Tiffany's does too. But Chanel has such a big brand across the way in which they're not tethered to one aesthetic more, though, yes, they have their Chanel trademark C's, and of course they have their like flat bags or whatever, but they are able to, maneuver enough in the market space where they can appeal to more than one age of consumer. That Tiffany's has been almost really deadlocked in blue box, silver, chain link bracelets, beautiful quality diamonds, but in very minimalistic settings. With an emphasis that the woman is being gifted this. She's being gifted a Tiffany's piece by like a father, mother, a boyfriend. And these ads feel so much like, I bought this cuff. I think there's something, I think that there's something new age about it. And I think that I enjoy the diversity where a jewelry company, and I hope they don't, again, completely get rid of like some of the classic moments of Tiffany, because I really do want to have a beautiful Tiffany's tea. But at the same time, I guess I appreciate their willingness to understand the female customer in a modern time. so that, someone who maybe is put off and doesn't understand, what was Holly Golightly's whole deal in Breakfast at Tiffany's, just waiting around for someone to like save her, or whatever. You can really like deep dive into the psychology of that character, right? And how she felt. And she's not a bad person. I love that whole aesthetic. But being tethered to that is so specific. And in 2021, I guess I applaud a company to make decisions like that. What are you guys saying? You guys are, I get that you guys like Tiffany. I really want Tiffany to, again, like not lose a core, value and aesthetic of the classic timelessness. I agree. But I think that it speaks to the evolution of the market and how consumers and attitudes shift and how you vote with your dollars and how things like this happen. So I guess that's what I was bringing up in a long way. I'm going to move on though. Talking about the beauty industry. Something else I've been following are new products and a new beauty line. So Simi Hayes to trend-setting, if you will, my loves, influencers have a beauty line out that I'm really excited about. And I just realized I thought I had put this in. I bought a bunch of new lip glosses of theirs, and I cannot wait to try them. And my loves, I thought I had put this up. Oh, that makes me sad. If this isn't it, then I'm going to move on, then I'll go back to this. The side note is Fred Durst. Remember Fred Durst? He looks like this now. Look at that hair. Remember Fred Durst? Like, think of like a backwards hat, Limp Bizkit. That's Fred Durst. I mean, times are hard and times change. You know why I like talking about this? Because I feel like, we obviously talk about women, how women age, and being somewhat shocked at like when we haven't seen a female in a minute, we're like, oh, that's what that person looks like. And, same thing with him. Look at Fred Durst, my loves. That is a new man. That's not one we've like known. But yeah, aging happens to the best of us, I guess. Oh no. Why isn't all the things I want happening right away? How interesting. Am I getting okay, so what I'm trying to bring up right now that I'm not being able to do is a picture of, God damn it. These. New product. It is a velvet mousse matte lip balm. A velvet mousse like lip balm that doesn't have a liquid or glossy or wet feeling to it. And like a lip stain, if you will. And I just found it to be so fascinating. And I'm just really, really into it. So I got 3 colors, and this is the Dahlia color. But look it up if you want, my loves. And I'm not doing a good job because that is the whole line. They also are magnetized and they click in with each other, so they can really be like they can travel well. And I think that they're going to be a really big deal. Yeah. Okay, so also on this thing called YouTube, I wanted to bring up someone else that I follow that I really, really love. And I discussed this last night on Wa's channel briefly, that I think I was into this girl, Alexandra's Girly Talk. And the reason why I like her is because she creates these very intense, highly researched, educational videos that help people feel better about themselves in the beauty world, while it being accessible as a price point. And not just beauty, but it is skincare and makeup, but also how to buy jeans, like what they don't tell you about jean fitting and stuff like that. And she is Alexander's Girly Talk. I just wanted to like give up. This is, of course, a picture from my phone. And she's doing a lot of really great quality work. And she puts a lot of time in her videos. Sometimes she doesn't upload for like 6 months, but you can tell that she's taking that time to either feed herself in some way, or because, we all deal with, a life outside of things. But when she comes back, they are, so well thought out and so well done and so well explained. And this video I'm showing you right now is how to thread your own eyebrows at home. Which is a topic that I would never think that I could do. But she actually, in her last video, showed you how to use hard gel on nails, how to do the builder gel, how to pat that in. And, I think that the beauty industry and that kind of upkeep can be like mystifying for women in a lot of ways. It seems like either A, we don't even know what's out there, what our possibilities are, but also B, the price points for some of these beauty treatments can be so outrageous. So what you can do at home for that you care about, and coupled with executing with well-informed technique, is not only like an investment for yourself, right, and what you do and how you feel, but also like can be built into your own ritual self-care. So Alexandra Beauty Talk, Girly Talk, or whatever, she really also leans heavily into appreciating a certain like womanly feminine spirit that, as an aesthetic, I really appreciate, because I am not super edgy. I'm not an edgy person. I'm not an edgy girl when it comes to my look and aesthetic or and such. And so this person speaks to me in that way. And so if you are someone that also, I don't know, resonates with that, she might speak to you. Okay, so I've been talking for 27 minutes. This has been really, really exciting for me so far, because I am so excited to be able to talk to you guys about like many different topics in one thing. And yeah, okay. Angelica's here. Yay! Oh, Violetta's here. Yay! Oh, Lone Star's here. Oh my God, you guys. I love it. Well, I'm so happy, you guys. Yay, yay, yay. I appreciate. Oh, Violetta. Okay, so yeah, I will be watching 90 Day Fiance. Probably I do want to watch it today. I would like to watch it today or tomorrow. And now that I have my whole life centered around the fact that it's Fridays on Discovery Plus with not nary a commercial, honey, you get it done in 1 hour and 20, usually 4 minutes. So for Celeb Goss, another Instagram account that I follow, if you will, is Deux Moi. I wish that I had just like really could lean into perfect French. If I could just somehow download French in my life, obviously I would love to also download Arabic in my life. Both of those seem like, things that really would be good for me. I can't, and I have to just learn it, I guess. Is that what you're supposed to do? How horrible. I'm going to be bringing up a picture of the Deux Moi Instagram because if you like celebrity gossip, if you are into like, if you know, crazy days and nights, if that was your thing, they have a lot of like anonymous tips. And they range from seeing someone at this place with that person or pictures. The pictures aren't my favorite because I get weirded out when people take pictures of other people unknowingly in public. I think it's an invasion of privacy. But just I like it better when it's like, oh, saw Kanye in San Francisco at this art museum, you know. Um, but also weird celebrity gossip tips about stories coming out, movies coming out, casting choices, and they have a great newsletter. And they kind of have fun merchandise. I like Deux Moi. I can't say it, but I like it. That's another Instagram account I follow. And I really want to know what accounts you like following. Like what in your feed, what are you following in your feed that brings you either joy or happiness, education, or someone whose taste you admire? You know, like that's another whole part of actually following something like an influencer. It's like we can really pick and choose how we evolve in this social media world and who we allow into our feeds. Because, you know, for instance, as I've talked about, it's hard for me to follow people who constantly use filters. I can see the filters and I can't really listen to what they're saying, the content of what they're saying, because I kind of am just like, oh, you just don't like your face as much. And you think that we can't tell, or you think that, I don't know, there's a laziness now. I can't deal with the filters. So as we talk about influencers and stuff, like that's a whole grade of influencers that I no longer truly trust their aesthetic or their opinion of certain things. Okay, I really, really, really want to get into that perspective. Yes. Okay. Lindsay Kev on stage and is someone that definitely Wall loves. So that's really exciting. I follow 80s interior design accounts. That's interesting. You know, okay, yeah, I like those weird. There's a lot of weird things that I follow on Instagram that like brings me joy. Like from what are those nails? To nail a lot of nails pictures, a lot of pictures of like eggs, you know, like heirloom eggs and heirloom corn and stuff like that. But one of my favorite Instagram accounts to follow are like gorgeous wallpaper accounts. There's here's Gracie Studio. They have I'm just gonna take a picture of their feed. Oh my God. When you see one of their pictures in your feed, you're like, well, that's heaven. That's heaven on earth. So I guess so the new thing is now I have to think about when I'm going to be rich enough to be able to outfit a whole room in hand painted wallpaper. That's what I have to do. How interesting. Okay. But I mean, wallpaper is a really exciting thing to have in your feed because it's very feed friendly, my love. It's design friendly. It's feed friendly. I'm bringing it up. Gracie Studio. And I think Gracie Studio is a family owned business whose daughter runs now, but they do just the most beautiful. I wish I could make it bigger, but I can't. You're just gonna have to go to their Instagram, but the most beautiful hand painted wallpaper where you're just like, oh, look at all those rooms. And the rooms feel different. There's like Mediterranean looking rooms, European looking rooms, Asian inspired rooms, very traditional looking rooms, somewhat bohemian looking rooms, French. I mean, intrinsically, deeply luxurious colors, patterns. I mean, where I just like, I melt. It's definitely a situation where I melt and I'm just like, well, yeah, I would like that. I can't imagine like being able to just have that in your life. Um, okay, so I'm going to start to wrap up this show by following up. Uh, following up is going to be following up on you and then following up for me in like a somewhat big sis energy that I want to radiate to the world and you guys, which is that we have a connection and that we are checking in on each other. So, following up, coming up on the docket for me, I guess, is all my love to people right now because this Delta variant is like scaring the F out of me. And so I just, if you can, wear a mask. If you have to go out, wear a mask indoors is what I would say. I'm going to. I'm vaccinated. I have the Pfizer vaccine. I am going to be wearing a mask indoors just so I can radiate an energy into this world that I want us to be protected and safe. And that is how I've chosen to move through it. So that's my point of view. Following up for me, Jungle Cruise is coming out and I'm really excited. I kind of want to see it. I'm like, a Disney person. I like Disney, even though what they're doing to ScarJo is crazy. You guys know about this? Scarlett Johansson, who obviously is in Black Widow, she is Black Widow, is suing Disney because she has said that they breached her contract by releasing Black Widow simultaneously on Disney Plus as well as in the theaters, because her compensation is tied directly to box office sales. And their compensation, the Disney executives who made that call, have shown to have their compensation tied directly in Disney Plus subscribers. And one way to do that is to lure them by opening a big movie on their platform. So ScarJo, who's a huge A-list celebrity, one of the ones that really could only go after a Disney, like a production studio like Disney. It's a big move of her to do that. And Disney fired back already. It's very contentious in such a way, being like, how callous of you to understand that we're in a pandemic and we had to do what we had to do. This is what's hard for everyone. And, this is what it is. This is unforeseeable of circumstances. What is interesting is that other stars who've opened movies have had contract talks, resettlement options in lieu of what was happening. So what broke down behind the scenes in those kind of contract talks, we don't know. So, but it's messy. It's like it's a very messy situation. And I think it's always messy when people put their business out there. And in this situation, it's a huge A-list celebrity and Disney. Having said that, Jungle Cruise is opening. And so Jungle Cruise is opening in the theaters and on Disney Plus. And so, it begs the question, okay, well, what was your deal with The Rock then? I want to know how much you paid The Rock. Also Emily Blunt, I guess. Why aren't they suing Disney? Are they going to come out and wouldn't it be crazy if after the movie's opened, they join a class action settlement lawsuit with ScarJo against Disney? So, Black Widow got some good reviews, and Jungle Cruise, I think is getting some weird reviews. So, but I'll tell you how I feel about it. Okay, so following up with you, how are my baby boos doing? How are my loves doing? How are my baby boos? How are you doing? Will you please like this video if you haven't yet? That would really, really help me. But yeah. Are you taking care of yourselves? And are you eating right? Oh, I hear Emma Stone is weighing her options regarding Cruella. Wow, that is big news, Angelica. Wow, that's really big news. Well, we'll see. We'll see. That's like another thing. Like, what if, yeah, what if it was a full class action lawsuit? I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, please thumbs it up. Please like this video. I forget to ask. I forget to ask people to subscribe or like this video, but I really need it, unfortunately, because it's how this whole algorithm thing works. And so, but I'm going back to you guys. TW's having a fight with their spouse. I am so sorry. Oh, how horrible. I hate that. It's horrible to have a fight with anyone, especially anyone you love, especially anyone you live with, and then just have to sit in it. Oh, the energy of that. I know you know this. I invite you to just breathe and connect with yourself. Maybe that means like feet on ground, ocean air, wind, some sort of like connection sensorily to like a regrounding to the earth energy, just to check in with yourself and to ground your own energy so you can adequately move through emotions and be logical about, whatever is ailing both of you. Thank you so much for this super sticker. Yay, Marie. Yay. I appreciate it. Oh, that's so sweet. You are the best, and I love you guys so much. Oh God, I'm gonna put this up. Anyway, you're the best, and I love you so much. And Marie, you're just like literally the most generous and supportive person. A lot of love for you. And I really want you to like go on Vanity Fair and take a screenshot of like the 80s decor that you're talking about, and then show me exactly. Because when I think of 80s decor, like, I don't know, I just specifically want to know what's in your feed, if you don't mind. I'm gonna talk about this. Juan, I did a live last night, and people thought we were fighting. No, I'm so sorry. The energy was I was running late, and so I was a little awkward. And then she had brought up like a conversation I don't remember having about like sex or something that I guess I don't remember having. And so I don't know what I was, and that wasn't a fight that we had before the live. It was something I don't mean like it was a passing moment. I don't remember it. And so when she brought it up, I was like, we did that? I don't remember. And I know it didn't remember what side I took or why. That's what that moment was. But no, we're not fighting. I'm so sorry, but I wanted to. I love you guys. Really dig your hair today. And busy tax season. Yeah. Okay. So tax season. Oh, it's because July 16th was the next. I think of like April. But I really want to get back to this big sis energy or whatever, and that's what I'm calling the energy I'm giving you, because that's like what I want to radiate or whatever, which is like my checking in energy to you. How are you doing? Are you being accountable to the choices you're making? And are you eating? Are you eating right? Are you drinking water? Are you seriously drinking water? Like, are you hydrating? Do you think about that? Do you like force yourself to do it? You have to actually force yourself to do it. Are you putting, like I said earlier, feet into earth? Are you grounding your energy? Are you cognizant of your nervous system and the needs it might have? Because it can't tell you, it only shows you. And sometimes we don't speak its language as well as we want it to. So, and then the other thing, because I'm doing this, and I guess we're talking about taxes, corporate taxes and stuff like that are due. Let's talk about, are you taking care of your finances? Are you taking care of your finances? Where is your money? Is your money making money? How many income streams do you have? Because we can be smart people and know words like diversifying our portfolio. And I can't say it, but I know what it means. And, I think that we think like that means like having a portfolio of stocks or whatever, and making sure they're diversified, maybe they're like aggressive or non-aggressive or defensive or whatever. But if we're diversifying our income streams, it means that we can rely on more than one income to sustain us in the event of an emergency. And we just came in from a pandemic. And by week just came from, now there is another variant that is ripping, through the peeps and, hard hitting some peeps. So I want us to be smart people. I want us to not make the same mistakes. I want us to evolve. I want us to grow. And I want us to take care of ourselves. And I think that financial literacy is something that is not easily available and overwhelming sometimes. And I know people who have made money that, don't quite know what's happening with it. And so no judgment, because definitely I'm speaking from a familiar place, but I want us to be checked into starting to think about our securities and our ways of creating and maintaining our money, our financial security, our wealth, whatever word you want to say it. So I want us to let's just talk about a small way to do that. A small way to do that is to become aware. That is just the first step. Let's become cognizant and aware people of how much we're truly spending and how many subscription services we know. Let's start there. What are we spending? How many subscription services do we have? What are our reoccurring payments? Are we in full knowledge of that? Okay. The majority, and then let's just become aware of the majority of our money is in what? A savings account? Where's the majority of our money right now? Do you have the majority of your money in your checking account? Do you have the majority of your money in a savings account? Do you have the majority of your money in cash underneath your bed? Do you have the majority of your money in a investment vehicle of some kind, a 401k? Are you putting money into a high yielding vehicle of some kind? Or are you aware that such things are available? Because the next step, once we become aware of what our spending patterns look like, the next awareness is this: we are losing money. We are losing money because of inflation and taxes already. So if you don't want to lose money, you have to be making money. But the good news is, if you have some money, you can be making money with that money. But the bad news is you need to have some money. But the good news is you can start small. So there it is. There it is all. Okay. There it is. So following up with you is you taking adequate care of yourself. And yes, I mentioned a lot, modalities to help with anxiety or stuff like that, because it's stuff that I care about. And that's why I talked about grounding yourself with the nature. But there'll be little check-ins. The financial one is the one that I wanted to do kind of start right now with you all. Following that money, honey. I want to follow that money. You feel me? Okay. All right, my loves. So, yeah. As always, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am at Chris L. Farah. And I thank you so much for being here, for the likes, for subscribing, for the engagement and the comments. And then, I just I don't know, I really just really appreciate your energy and your comments here. I love interacting with you guys. And I'm really, really happy that I have some bays here. I'm so thankful that on a Friday right now, I'm just able to live stream and have a full conversation with people. It's actually it's such a crazy gift. I'm leaning hard into live stream because I can't believe that I've been given the opportunity to have people engage with me in this way. I love it. I don't know, this feels like some sort of true, the thing I've wanted as an only child, I guess, so much was just an instant company. I get instant company. I get instant engagement with people. It's like, I think that as like an only child, I would have like dreamed to have like friends that I can instantly engage with at any time I wanted, you know? Okay. Thank you so much. Au revoir, my love. Martine, Joseph, will you please teach me how to speak French? That's so sweet. Thank you so much for this super chat. I truly, really appreciate it. But I appreciate the super chat so much. I appreciate any money you give to me. Like, as a waitress, yes, like a tip is just like, it's a nice validation. But just your presence and like I mean, yeah, I mean, you're just like your graciousness here. Like it's too much for me to bear. That's why I'm leaning hard into live stream, because I can't believe I'm lucky enough to like go live and have people show up and then just like want to hear me talk for like whatever. But also I want to, I'm very interested in your lives and moving through this space together. So, um, anyways, having said all that, my bays, that's it. That's all I have. Of course, I want you to have a great weekend. I want you to have fun. I want you to like let loose, relax. I want you to do something that really like feeds you and feeds your soul. And sometimes that is like by yourself. And sometimes that is like out with people that you love. And sometimes it's literally having both of those, because it's both. Yeah, that's what I love. I love family and friends and just being like inundated with just so much love. And then I also like to go in my bed and then like be under covers and just be me alone. So, find your balance. Okay. All right, my loves. This was episode 1 of Following with Chris L. Farah. Thank you. I hope you have a great one. Take care of yourselves and one another. Stand up for what you believe and make art. Okay? Okay. Bye, bays.